Nebraska's getting ready to travel out to Wisconsin. The Huskers have never won a game in Madison since joining the Big Ten Conference in 2011. We talked with the coordinators and several players here on Tuesday. Offensive coordinator Marcus Satterfield gave the latest on the quarterback position.
We're getting them all ready. Heinrich was limited today. He got to be out there, though, and go get a lot of mental reps. Chuba and Jeff both split the reps today in team periods and did a really nice job.
What about the turnovers?
I think just experience and decision making, and I think that it's easy to stand up here and say, well, it's the quarterback's fault. Well, ultimately, I take full responsibility because I've got to train these guys into making sure they're seeing what they're seeing and seeing what they're supposed to be seeing and getting the ball where it's supposed to be. So I think experience. I think the more reps that we can get at it with some of these guys will improve the turnover issue. But I think we just have to keep plugging away and keep working at it. It's frustrating for them, frustrating for me, frustrating for our team. And so we just keep attacking it, talking about it, trying to make sure that we stay as far away as many of those as we possibly can. But we've got to improve that for sure.
As for who plays quarterback, it does change up what Nebraska does. Tight end Thomas Fedoni weighed in on the different styles of play.
Yeah, I mean, obviously every player has a different style to them, but I mean, we've gotten reps with all of them. They're all out there doing their thing, and I've had reps with Chuba, I've had reps with Heinrich, I've had reps with Jeff. So I mean, obviously it's a little different. I guess different quarterbacks on the ball. Everyone has a little different style, kind of, but it's all the same, kind of in the end.
Defensive coordinator Tony White has a lot to like about how his group has played this season. They forced turnovers, which was a big positive a week ago.
The young men, I think from the moment after the last game, Michigan State game, they came in there and they had the right attitude. And it always starts with attitude, and they wanted to fix it. And it was one of those games where I told them before kickoff, I was like, I can get a vibe of the guys, and I felt like it was kind of like Illinois, where I'm like, you guys are gonna make it right today, and they did. They played their butts off. You know what I mean? So you gotta respect that. Those guys put themselves in a position to know what to do and to know how to do it, but then their mind was right. Their attitude was right, which is the most important thing. And it was fun watching them play. Like those kind of games, you just sit back and you just watch them play and you're in awe. Some of those plays were, Javen coming off of a block and then jumping on the guy, and as he's falling down to rip the ball out. That's unreal. Omar Brown is getting blocked. He arms over on the block, and then as he's tackling the guy, he sees the ball and then he rips out the ball. Like, those are some big time plays, man. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt it. The coaching staff kind of felt it pre-kickoff, and again, they went out there and we just had to make one or two more plays.
I told everybody after the play, like, I honestly wasn't trying to do it. Just kind of like just in a moment type of thing. I just happened to get off the block and grab the receiver and just rip the ball away from him, basically.
And you're continuing to see several players step up, guys like Ty Robinson, Nash Hutmacher, Javen Wright, and Omar Brown.
I got mad respect for Ty. I was recruiting him at my old school, one of my old schools, when he was in high school from Arizona State. And you always saw the talent, and you always saw that. And then during the year, I think all of us have seen glimpses of him dominating. Right, you've seen stretches where he just decides like, hey, I'm better than everybody. And then I thought this last game, that was a performance that you look back and you say that was amazing what you did. I mean, he's moving opposite ways and sees a screen throw on the other side, and he puts a foot in the ground and he runs over there and he chases stuff down. I mean, he's taking on double teams and he's splitting them like they're not even there. I thought this last game really showed what Ty can do to Ty, and he's probably one of the best players on the field, period, last game, and it was awesome to see. And so now with Ty, the trick is how does he get himself back in that mode, have that attitude where he is, but it comes back to the practices, right? It always starts from the preparation, him knowing what to do, him going out there and practicing that all week, and then living up to what he can do,
Man, I'm honestly I've had fun all season just playing defense, especially with our defense. It's been real fun. I mean, some we haven't won some of the games we were supposed to, but just playing out there with that defense, it's a different type of feeling, and then it's a different connection. You feel connected to pretty much everybody, every position group. So I love it.
You know, he's always been a playmaker. I mean, when he transferred in here, he had 8 or 9 picks from Northern Iowa, I believe it was. You know, he's always been a playmaker, but those skills don't get a chance to shine if you don't put yourself in the right positions, right? That means you do things right on and off the field. You know what to do, you know how to do it. You take the technique and the teaching and stuff, and then you give yourself a chance to go out there and make plays that you can make, you know. And he's a great example of that. So he don't play last year, and then, you know, injuries and all this stuff on and off. And then every single time he gets his feet back on the ground and he's consistent about doing things right and playing, you see Omar show up. You see that playmaker in the run and pass game that everybody knows he can be. You know what I mean? So now for him, it's just a matter of consistency, right? To always be the guy that he knows he can be. So
when we go out, like, it's really fun this year. Like, when we go out on the field, no matter what happens, what the situation is, like, the defense, we're excited to go out there. We're excited for whatever challenge is thrown our way. Like, we want to just go out there and play football, and that's been really fun for us this year. I think is just no matter what the situation is, we're never going up and down. We're excited to go out there and play football and just to show what we can do.
On Monday, Matt Rule also noted that the offensive line had one of their better games this season. That was overshadowed by the turnovers. One of those players that stepped up and played at a higher level was left tackle Teddy Prohaska.
Yeah, I thought that we did a good job of finishing on our guys. You know, we got challenged last week not to be outworked, and we came into this week with that mindset. It's like no one's going to outwork us. So that started with practice, preparation, and just brought that to the game, and I thought we did a good job with that.
And I mentioned Nebraska's never won a game in Madison. They've only beaten the Badgers just one time. Matt Rule's made sure this football team knows that heading into Saturday.
Yeah, I actually have seen that. I didn't know that until I went in the locker room today, and it's kind of hung up all around the whole facility pretty much, just how we haven't beat them since, I think, 2012. And honestly, like, that's kind of a challenge for me. That's another challenge. I mean, pretty much for everybody, but I say, like, for me too, just that's kind of something you want to do. It's a goal, you know. Obviously, they do that for a reason, pin everything up, and you see it, and you just kind of like for real, and then you see how teams might say certain things. It just pushes you and make you want to just do it, beat them. So that's kind of our edge.
Excited to go to Madison and for the night game, and just it's the same attitude that it has been all year. We're going to go 1-0 this week. We're preparing to go 1-0 this week, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're a tough team, and you know, Coach Donnie told us about how their backstory being a tough team and how they kind of modeled back in the '90s based off what Nebraska was doing. We're going in with, you know, mindset of we got to out physical, you know, just be more dominant on the offensive line side of things, and we know that they're going to bring some pressures, but we just got to be able to have our eyes up, focus, and make the adjustments that we need to make.
Yeah, we talked about it this morning. Obviously it's a big opportunity for us. Go 1-0 this week, get the trophy here. We never had it here before, and so I mean, that's something we definitely want to do, and do as a team. It's just kind of it'd be something big. Obviously, this would be a trophy game, and then obviously going 1-0 this week and in a bowl game and whatnot. So.
And most people don't know this, but the Huskers and the Badgers do play for the trophy. We quizzed multiple Husker players if they knew what the name of the trophy was.
I haven't got a chance to look at it yet, but I saw some things hanging up, so I was probably going to go through and look at those. I saw some. I was asking this morning. I was like, "What's that about?" But I saw the trophy. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a trophy game." So, yeah, I'll go read up on that.
Do you know what the name of the trophy is?
It's the Liberty Trophy, right, or something? No, close. No, what is it? I don't know.
It's the
Freedom Trophy. Oh yeah. It's just a game, so we're just gonna go in there with that mindset.
It's in our locker. No, I can't think of it firsthand. Freedom Trophy. Yeah. It's got our stadium on it and the flag and everything. Yeah, we never won it though. It's gonna change this Saturday, so.
I honestly don't think so. I don't think so at first, and then they realize it. My bad. They realize it like later on in the week, like, oh, okay, like it's a trophy to this game. But I mean, shoot, I just want to win. I mean, I love the trophy. I love it, but I don't.
Freedom Trophy.
Freedom Trophy. Yep. Say less and get that freedom trophy.
And regardless, Nebraska knows they'll be in for a very tough atmosphere in Camp Randall Stadium.
Yeah, no, Camp Randall is, it's a phenomenal atmosphere there. It's the night game atmosphere there is going to be a lot of fun. We're gonna go out there and we're just gonna feed off it, and we're gonna play like we can play.
With the Huskers here in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.